one of the very first important things before, let me get my papers in order. Before I knock on the door, I make sure I show up early. I will sit in my car in front of their house for 15 minutes before the appointment. That does two things for me. That lets me clear my mind. That lets me focus on them. And that way I am not, if I have any last minute hesitations or concerns that I have about their property or them or the previous pre-qualification questions that I asked them, that allows me to go through those notes and really make sure that I'm focused on them. The second reason I do that, so I've internalized everything and now I can just truly make sure that they are the priority. The last thing that you want to do is step into somebody's home and have them feel like you're interrogating them and that you don't care about them. Right? I'm gonna switch chairs because I'm not used to being tall. You guys don't need to see me, you can hear me, right? Okay, so then I go up to the house and I knock. And so here's my door. I knock, I step back and away because I don't want them to feel threatened. I'm super, super tall. So I really don't want them to feel threatened, right? It's very important that they're threatening. But if you are someone that's tall, like Jake or Blake, can you imagine opening the door and having, oh, okay, hi. You wouldn't want to invite them in even though you invited them to come. So I step back and away so that I'm not directly facing them. I'm at an angle so that then I can gauge their body language. And then I can say, hey, hi, I'm Rebecca. We had an appointment today at 11:23 and it's 11:23. May I come in? I also want to reiterate to them that I'm on time. Because how many have heard realtor time? We don't want to be on realtor time. We want to let them know that we are on time. We kept our first commitment to them, which was showing up on time. Okay. So then I say, hi, I'm Rebecca. We had an appointment at 11:23 and it's 11:23. May I come in? What do you think is going to happen? Sure.
They say their first yes.
They say their first yes, and they invite me in. So before I step in their threshold, I say, would you prefer my shoes on or off? I don't care if they have a basket of shoes there or if they don't have a basket of shoes there or if they're outside. I ask that question because I never want to assume anything about them. So Jake, would you prefer my shoes be on or off?
You can leave one.
Okay, great, thank you. Did you say I'll take them off? He said on. Right, that does get another thing that helps them feel like they're in control of the meeting, but you know the truth, they're not. Right? Would you agree? We're there. So Jake, before we get started, I would like to take a quick walk through your house. I've done this so many times and it'll just take me a few minutes. Trust me. I don't know, what are you trying to take pictures of? Going on? Okay. Trust me, I've done this so many times, it'll just take a few minutes. You can follow me if you want, or if you want me to save you time, I'm gonna have you fill out these seller's disclosures while I take a quick look.
I'll fill out self disclosures.
So now that does two things. That gets them in the habit of signing. Because they're gonna answer some questions and then they're gonna initial and sign at the bottom of those 16 pages. So it may take me a few more minutes than just a few minutes to walk through because I want them to answer those questions. The other thing that does is it alleviates me from being the legal responsible party for answering those questions because I'm not allowed to answer those questions anyways, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So, and then I do say that, because, you know, the best I can do is give you a quick heads up that they are going to ask multiple questions about water. They're going to ask multiple questions about solar. Just fill them out to the best of your ability. This is something that only you and your wife can fill out. I'm assuming Rachel's here clearly. So you can answer them the best. If you don't know the answer, NA, which is not applicable, is appropriate.
Okay.
So I'm going to take a quick look around. Is there anything that any doors I shouldn't open?
No, you're good.
Okay, thank you. So then I'm going to take a few minutes. I'm going to walk around. He's going to fill those out. And then I'm going to sit patiently while he finishes those, because I can guarantee you I will be done touring his house, even if it's a 9,000 square foot home, before he's done with those. Right? So then I'm like, go ahead, take your time. And I'm just going to sit. I'm not gonna stare at him, I'm not gonna be on my phone. I'm gonna find a spot on the table or look at something outside so that he doesn't feel like I'm like, did you answer it? Oh, that one, pick that spot. Okay, so I want him to feel comfortable. Thank you so much for filling those out, Jake. That's, like I said, that's gonna save you a bunch of time. Now today we really have 3 goals. Can I go over those with you?
Sure.
Okay, so 1, this is the positive anchor. 1, we're gonna agree on a price that will cause us to sell.
Okay.
2, another positive thing for peace. We're gonna take a moment and I'll answer any questions you have. And 3, see where I'm going? Another positive thing, we're gonna decide stay, whether you choose to work with me. And I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna choose to work with you.
Okay.
Okay?
Fair enough.
Fair enough. That was my next piece, right? My script. That says fair enough. So I have 3 critical questions for you. Do you really want to sell your house?
Oh, yeah, we do.
And the second question is, are you willing to price your house to sell? Or do you want it to sit on the market?
Well, we don't want to sit on the market. We want to get the most amount of money for it.
I completely appreciate that. And as a professional, I look at the market daily, so I can help you come up with the market value based on where your home is going to compare in your competition.
Okay.
And the third question, let's just get this out of the gate. Do you want me to sell?
Well, we're interviewing some other agents, but we like you so far.
That's a good one for me.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable, we can proceed.
Okay. Yeah, let's proceed.
All right, so then I can, at this point, if, depending on your situation with them, if you've had multiple conversations, you can just go over the pre-qualification questions that you've had. I know enough about Jake that I can fib a little through this part so that you guys can see what those pre-qualifications are. So Jake, I had the opportunity to talk to Rachel before we came. Rachel, do I have your permission to start on you now? And I use a little bit of humor. Again, this is a stressful situation, right? So they are thinking that every realtor is on realtor time and every realtor is a used car salesman and every realtor is going to take advantage of them. So I use a little bit of humor. You use what's good for you. That's going to be the most important thing. Use what's good for you. If you're not humorous by nature, don't use that. Instead of be very pained, right? If you have dry humor, use that. If you have, I don't know what humor is.
Just be your.
But that's the opposite of dry, so there I went. Okay, so.
Not in humor, not in humor.
What, naughty humor? Don't use naughty humor. Unless you really know them, maybe. But let's keep it clean and classy, and then I'll show up. And I'll use the naughty humor. So I had a chance to talk with Rachel. Rachel, is it okay if I tattle on you now? Perfect. So Rachel said you guys need to be in Henderson by December.
She told you that?
I know. She gave me all the details.
She's always says that.
That's why I like her. She still.
She does. She does.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so, and what's important to you about December?
We're having a job transfer and you get there.
Okay.
Yep.
So.
You're
you need
ideal
to-
color.
You are the ideal seller. So you need to start when in December?
I start on the 1st, but if we're there a couple weeks into it, that's fine. And
So if you have to travel back and forth, it won't be a detriment to you.
Right.
But ideally,
We
you
don't
want to be there before December 1st.
Yeah.
Okay. And what would it look like to you guys if you were able to get your house sold, let's say before Thanksgiving, so that you have time to spend your
That'd be amazing.
holiday at
We'd love it.
Henderson? Okay, you love it.
Yep.
Would that take a little bit of stress off your plate?
Yeah, that would.
And what job are you transferring to again?
Oh, I'm gonna have a sales job down there.
Sales job?
Yeah.
Okay, well, just a quick, easy transfer.
Yes.
Maybe different
Same
state
stuff.
laws.
Yeah, probably so.
And don't you and your family deserve that, to have a stress-free transfer?
It would be good to be stress-free, yes.
There's gonna be a lot of other things to worry about.
There's definitely a lot to go on, yes. That's why we're interviewing you.
Okay, great. Well, and that's why I'm here, is I want to help make this as easy for you and as stress-free as possible.
Okay,
And as we continue to go through this conversation, you'll see why so many other people have chosen me
okay,
to help them sell their house.
awesome.
So again, I'm just gonna take random breaks here and you can go ahead and feel pressured, or you don't have to if you want, but you already know that the wife still spills the tea.
Yeah,
She might have already answered this for you, but are you ready to sign the contract so we can move forward?
I'd still like to hear what you have to say. We
Great.
have to go over pricing and stuff at least.
I would like to go over pricing,
Yeah,
and you know that I don't set pricing, right?
no, you're gonna give some good recommendations though.
Well, I will give you recommendations based off what the market is telling us.
Okay,
So I'm not gonna set that price, the
No.
market's gonna set that price.
all right.
So as I'm gonna pull out these next slips of paper. By the way, I have this that I bring with them, it's, my listing presentation. It has this is just a caveat, I am stalling a little bit, but it has a little bit about me, this is my resume, right?
You given this to them before you arrived or?
This was dropped off to them the day before,
Okay.
except for I take out, the last two tabs, which is I call my CMA the equity report and the paperwork. I'm not gonna leave any legal paperwork with them. They don't know how to fill that out. It's not their responsibility to fill that out. They will have questions that they shouldn't have questions about. I need to be there to explain those things for them. So they get the first three tabs, which is meet the team, the marketing plan and the benefits to them. And a hair. It wouldn't be right without a
Going to put that.
so then I asked them before I pulled out, these next pieces of paper, did you have any questions about the listing presentation or about the marketing information that I dropped off to you yesterday?
No, it all made pretty sense.
And mine is kind of cartoony. That's just my style. You can have it be more realistic. You can have it be cartoony. What matters is that you do something, right? And it doesn't have to be perfect. The better than having it perfect is having something started. Another hair, I found another hair. I don't even think that one's mine. But it goes down, so mine is a little breakdown, but I don't know, map. So we start here, we go down this road. We've got some little targets that we go through, and then each of those target corresponds with a bullet point. And so now they have the description. So I'm capturing a couple of different people. I've captured the I's that are visual. I've captured the C's and the S's that are more strategizing. I've captured the D's on this page because they see one thing and they're done. The D's are not going to look at this. The I's, S's, and C's are going to look at this. So that whole roadmap is laid out in the next two pages. The reason I asked them, do you have any questions? They're gonna say, oh, I didn't even look at it yet. So now I know I need to step back. I can't go right into pricing because we need to go over these things and answer questions. They need to know that I'm a professional, right? They need to know that they're going to be cared for during this whole process. If they say, yeah, I looked through it, I don't have any questions, we can go into the pricing section. The biggest, I don't know, I guess the biggest question I have from that before we even get to pricing, everybody always asks, what do they ask? How much do you charge? That's a really great question. Let's go over that home's value before we get into that. Are you okay with that?
Sure.
Okay. The reason I delay that is I don't discount my commission. So you can believe that you're a 1 apple or a 2 apple or a 12 apples. That's okay. I believe what I am, and that's what I stick to. I have missed out on a lot of listings because I don't go under what I believe my apple is worth. I know what my worth is. I know what I bring to the table. And if they can't see that worth, I have a job to show my value to them. But I'm not going to argue with people about my worth. Just like I'm not going to say, Jake, at your new sales job that you're coming to, did you go back to your boss after you accepted the offer of employment? And did you say, you know what, I thought about it. I want you to give me more.
No, I didn't do that.
Very few employers are going to go back and negotiate after you have an agreed upon offer, correct? And likely, if I'm bringing him an offer from another party on his property after he's hired me, helping him say yes later. And he's like, gosh, that was just a little lower than we want. Are you gonna discount your commission? I can go back into that same story. Remember when you told me that you accepted your offer from your job for the sales position and your boss was paying you, and did you go back to him and ask for more? No, because you agreed that that was fair, right?
Yeah.
Did he offer you less
No.
after you've been doing your job?
No.
So that's just like this scenario. I've done my job. I've brought a pre-approved buyer, someone who's ready, willing, and able to buy your house. I've done my job to this point, so I'm not gonna reduce my commission, I'm not gonna give you a discount, I'm not gonna credit you back anything. Cause I've done my job, would you agree with that?
Yeah, you have.
So that's why I wait to have the conversation about compensation. Any questions before I just keep chatting?
So that was,
Say about Rebecca too, real quick, is, because I've done the same thing where I've walked out of a listing appointment because they want me to reduce my commission, and I just won't, because I know what I'm worth. But I do know that they know later on, when they call you and they go, yep, they know, because if I'm gonna go negotiate what I'm worth, then will I negotiate what your price is later on?
Yeah.
You know, I think that solidifies in their brain
Yeah.
that you're serious.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that guy said he would do it for 1.5%, will you match that? No. Any other questions? Well, why won't you match that? I guess we're gonna talk about that. So why won't you match that? That's a great question, Jake, and I'm glad that you asked. What scares me about what you just said is he's already proven that he is the best at negotiating money out of his pocket. And so when someone is tasked with protecting the most money out of your house and the money that's going into your pocket, what do you think the next thing he's going to give away?
gotcha.
He's gonna give away your money. He's already shown you that he can give away his really quick. Second next thing, he's gonna give away your money,
Okay,
right?
I have a question on that.
Yeah.
Just because, does that imply anything with the code of ethics with the Article 15? With disparaging somebody?
Have I talked about another issue?
Maybe, I don't know, I'm just asking because I want to,
to Mr. Richter.
yeah.
I
Because
don't-
you're not supposed to disparage, we just did that in the board office, so that's why it's in my brain, I'm not,
Cause sometimes they do name the agent. I just
Sometimes
talked to
they'll say-
this person.
and they said this.
Well, I purposely didn't name a name.
No, you did it right,
But I didn't name a name, because I don't know all of your business practices, and if it's your practice to be worth 1 or 2 or 12 apples, that's up to you, right? So, but if he does say, I just talked to Mello,
yeah,
and she'll do it for 1.5%, he said, that's great, but you know what that scares me? They're not gonna protect your money, because they've already shown you that they're not protecting their money. I'm not disparaging you, I'm not
Right.
calling you name, they've shown their hand that you're giving away some money. Whatever you start with, I don't know if it's 1 apple or 2 apples, right? But if you offered him 1.5 apples. I didn't wanna be the like bananas.
no, apples are made out of the
Same commission.
No, it's being recorded. I'm gonna transfer this to someone. We're talking about apples.
Okay, so we're just gonna keep it on the level of, this is what I do, and if they're doing that, then are they gonna do this?
Yeah. Yeah, so,
I mean, if you were like, the reason he charged 1.5% is because he's a bad realtor.
yes.
I mean, don't do that.
That's different.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, if I said, ooh, gosh, ooh, no, ooh, I wouldn't go there.
Right,
That's disparaging. So the way that I approached it and the way that I recommend you approach it is with just facts, because then you're not disparaging, you're not talking bad about anybody.
Thanks
That
for
answer-
clarifying,
yeah.
thank you.
Did you have another follow-up, or did I answer your question? Okay. All right, so we're going back to not commission compensation. So let's talk about your house, right?
Yeah.
So I have prepared, I'm again gonna use my tab, it's called an equity report. I didn't bring it here. So I've prepared an equity report for you. And as you can see here, these 3 homes are the ones that I found most fit your home.
okay.
And so as you're looking at these 3 houses, do you see anything that stands out to you that's different or better than yours?
Well, I think ours is, we've updated ours and our street's a little better.
Your street's a little better.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
how
got
do you?
views and stuff like that.
With
We're on the
these-
right side of the street.
You're on the right instead of the wrong side of the
Yes.
street.
The good side.
Okay, is that the even or the odd?
Well, it depends.
Depends on which way you're
Yes.
facing. Did you put that video in there?
Yes,
Okay. We're almost there.
oh, I'm sorry,
That's okay. Don't put it yet.
I won't.
Okay, so you're on the right side and these ones are all on the wrong side of the street.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, if you live in this neighborhood, people like this side of the street better.
Why do you think that is?
Well, we do have a little better views and I don't know if they just like it better.
Views out of the backyard.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think people that are on the right side of the street are enjoying the backyards and the views better
Yes,
than the people that are on the wrong side of the street that are watching you guys have fun.
that's right.
Got
They're
it.
all envious of us.
Okay. Other than the views, is there anything else that stands out to you about these homes?
Well, we have done a lot of updating on our house, more than I looked at what you've got here and I think more than what the house is saying.
Have you been to any of these neighbors' homes?
I haven't been inside of it, but I just kind of looked at what you said.
So I have been in these two, I have not been in the third,
Okay,
and I can tell you these two have similar updates and upgrades
okay,
that
good,
you do,
very good.
right? So these two are priced, this one is at 800,
Mhm,
this one's at 825.
mhm,
This one that doesn't have as great of upgrades as you, but they have more square footage.
yeah,
And I know they are on the wrong side of the street, but they're at $799. So I'm gonna have to write that down. When I say $799, $825, and $850.
800.
800, okay, 800. What was it?
820, 799.
825.
I usually have actual numbers in front of me. These are just words. So you understand that we're gonna be entering your house into a competition, right?
No,
So your house is now here,
okay,
and buyers are gonna be looking at your house. And these three houses,
so these are active on the market
these
houses.
are active
Okay.
on the market, yeah.
Okay,
And so they're comparing your house, so this is where the competition comes in, to the other three.
Hmm.
If you're looking at all three of these and your house and your buyer, what are you gonna look for?
well, I always look at price, that's for sure.
Okay.
But I always want to make sure, neighborhood quality upgrades. And we do have a really cool volleyball set in our yard.
Is it a built-in,
Yeah.
it's cemented in?
It's pretty nice.
Okay. I obviously haven't seen it. Right there, if you look at, so
Or
you-
garden or, whatever you want.
this really great feature in the
Yeah,
backyard.
yeah.
Okay. So first you look at price,
Yeah,
and then you look at the features.
Yeah.
So do you know how buyers choose?
probably those two things together, I'm assuming that's what I would do.
So let's say you're in the market for a computer,
Hmm,
you're gonna go to Scott's computer store.
yeah,
And you see this computer that's $1,500.
Mhm.
Well, you are just like everybody else,
Mhm.
so you're now gonna go to Mello's computer store,
okay,
and you're gonna see that same computer, except for Mello's offers a built-in DVD player. I don't even know what the newest trends are, so just.
What is it, 90?
Exactly. So the built-in DVD player and a built-in webcam for $1,500.
Yeah.
So which computer are you using?
the one that has those extra things.
So you'll buy Mello's computer with the webcam and the DVD player for $1,500.
Yeah, it's the same price, yeah.
Well, what if you don't care about the DVD player and webcam? What do you expect Scott's computer stores to do?
Well, probably be less money.
Less money.
Yeah.
So buyers are gonna choose just like you did today. They're gonna look for all of the features and the benefits
Mhm.
for the price that they're getting. Or if they don't have those things, they want a lower price.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay, so based off of what you've seen here of the $799, the 800 and the 825, just keep rolling with them. Where do you think we should price your house today?
Well, I mean, we want to get the most amount of money for our house and we are on the right side of the street.
Right,
So I think we could go with that higher price,
which is,
the 825 or maybe even higher than that.
okay. So have you ever bought stock before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So let's say last year you bought stock for $49 a share.
Mhm,
And today you have to sell that stock.
mhm.
Stock is only worth $25 a share.
Okay, that's a bad day.
That's a bad day.
Yeah.
It's a bad year.
Hmm.
What do you think you can sell that stock for?
Well, $25. Let's say.
$25.
That's a bit stupid.
Unless there's somebody that's stupid.
Yeah,
Who generally goes into the stock market thinking they're gonna pay
or I don't know.
$24 more than a
Yeah,
stock?
right.
So in that same scenario, if we price your house above all of these, even though you're on the right side of the street,
Mhm.
do you think buyers are gonna be looking at the price and the features and the benefits? Or are they gonna be looking at the market stock price of $25 when you're trying to ask 49 for it?
Well, I'm hoping that because of our extra stuff that they'll see that and want to pay, realize that there's value there.
Well, now remember, these two have similar upgrades, and they don't
Okay.
have that volleyball feature in the backyard.
Mhm.
They have similar upgrades to you, and we're at
Okay.
825 and 800.
What if somebody sees the value and then what do we do? Like, what if somebody does think it's worth more?
So what we wanna do is we wanna get the most people to see that, right?
Uh-huh.
We can take videos, we can take pictures of the volleyball court, but usually people are looking for the house, not the volleyball court.
Okay.
Correct, would you agree?
Yeah,
So
so I mean, the house is definitely the most important.
the house is the most important.
Yeah.
Well, do you think putting in a built-in volleyball court is gonna be worth $25,000?
Mm,
Are they gonna
Probably not
spend
worth
that?
that much, yeah.
So if the volleyball court isn't the main selling feature for them, I'm not saying it's a bad feature for you to have.
Yeah,
But what if it's not the most important thing for them?
Yeah.
So it's like that webcam, right? They don't really care about the webcam.
gotcha.
So then they're gonna come to your house if they do think it's better,
Mhm.
and they're gonna offer you 800.
Okay,
Would you agree with that?
yeah, probably so.
Okay. So what we also wanna do is, have you been to an auction?
I have, I love
And you know
auction.
how auctions work?
Yeah.
So usually the auctioneer
Mhm.
takes this piece of stock
Yeah.
that's worth $25 a
Mhm.
share, and he's gonna price it at 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
What's
that's
that
true.
gonna do? It's
Get them started.
gonna get him started.
Yeah,
And then he's gonna get more people that's interested in that stock because it's below market value.
okay, yeah,
And the price is gonna go up until the auctioneer is satisfied that he's getting more than $25 for that share.
gotcha.
So let's say we get enough activity on your house and we are able to drive a auction for your home
Okay,
and we get multiple offers, and what if we get you more than 825?
well, we like that a lot.
But do you think that's gonna happen if we start at 825?
Probably not.
Probably not, because they're gonna see these others. And if you've told me that you're gonna look for the features and benefits of Mello's computer versus Scott's computer, you're gonna go to the $800,000 house and you're gonna skip over the two 825 homes, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
So how do we
saw
get
that.
people to go up in real estate? I haven't really seen that happen before.
You've never seen that happen?
Not in real
Well, I'm
estate.
glad I'm here,
Yeah.
because I actually have seen that happen quite a bit. And
Okay.
even in today's market, we still have plenty of multiple offers, and that's what the bidding war is called, is multiple offers.
Okay,
So what we wanna do is we wanna attract the most attention. We
okay,
wanna get as many people interested in your home as possible.
okay,
And in getting the most people interested, that's when we can drive the price up, even if we start at 800. The
okay,
likelihood of us getting in a multiple offer situation is going to be greater than if we start at 825 and then we're forced to decrease in price because you're getting closer to your job transfer. And then we have to do another price adjustment because your job's starting next week and we still don't have any offers.
okay,
Then people are gonna, what I've been experiencing is when you start seeing those price drops, they're like, oh, something's wrong with that house.
Hmm.
The volleyball court must be bad,
that's not a good day.
right?
Yeah,
So then that volleyball court that's been a really great fun family feature for you guys, then looks like a detriment and that you're slashing prices. And
okay,
we don't want you to be in the 750s.
no,
We want you to be as close to 825 as possible.
okay.
So with the information that I've shared with you, where do you think you should price homes?
Well, it sounds like the lower the better, but I'm a little nervous about that.
Well, we don't want to be the lowest,
Okay,
but I feel like if we're at the 825 mark that you mentioned, we're gonna get overlooked, just like this one that's at 825. It's been on the market for 105 days.
that's one fair.
That's a long time. So if we wait 105 days for an offer to come on your home and we start at 825, you're into January or February.
Yeah.
Before your whole house has an offer.
Hmm.
Is that gonna work for your family?
No, that's not ideal.
So at this point, I'm bringing back those qualifying questions so that I can get back to their motivation. Because if I just say, nope, we're not doing 825, then I'm mean. I'm the bad guy. What I wanna do is you said it, you gotta be to your job by December 1st, and 1 or 2 weeks of traveling is probably okay. But if we start at 825 and now you're forced to keep your house and your payment on both this house and the Henderson house for 2 months, that's not gonna be an easy, stress-free transition. In fact, you're gonna be paying more money because now you're carrying both homes. So the job transfer is gonna seem really like a burden, even though it was a big blessing.
That's a good point.
So what I don't wanna do for you, Jake, is I don't wanna be sitting on the market for that 105 days that's taking us into January, end of January, beginning of February, before you get an offer. And there's another 30 days, which means another mortgage payment.
Hmm. Yeah.
How are you gonna feel if that's the scenario that we're in?
Well, I'd rather get there sooner.
So again, I'm gonna ask you one more time, where do you think we should price your house?
So do you think if we price it at so you're saying 799 is what you'd recommend?
I wanna know what you think.
Well, how do you think we get the most?
So if we are one of the lower priced homes, in the lowest,
Mhm.
and we are able to attract enough buyers and get enough people through the home, there is that potential of multiple offers. Now, I'm not guaranteeing multiple offers are gonna happen.
Mhm.
So that is one of the risks of going lower. You just shared that you were concerned about that. So if we start between these, so the 800 and 799, those have only been on the market for 15, 20 days. So the likelihood of them selling before this one that's been on the market on 105 is much higher, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you think we need to be around the 800 market price point in order to attract the most? Now, you're still gonna be in direct competition with the 799 and the 800.
Okay,
So we are gonna make sure that your house is sparkling and shining and light and bright at every single showing to really make sure that yours stands out.
so is 820 too high?
820, you're really close to that 825.
Mhm.
And I think that again, you're only gonna be seeing more time on the market at 820.
Okay,
And again, these two are gonna sell at 799 and 800. And when they do close and they sell for the 799 and 800, what does that tell buyers your house is worth?
well, that price unless they see more value in the house.
So unless they then see the value in your volleyball court,
Mhm.
they're gonna be offering 799 or 800.
Gotcha.
Do you have any questions about how we price?
Well, so if we want to get the multiple offers, then is 799, low enough?
I think that you need to be at let's just say 794.
Okay,
It's 5,000 below, but then now instead of being at the top of all the competition or the last of the competition, you're the first of the competition.
yeah,
And if you're the first of the competition and we get one or two buyers to make an offer,
Mhm.
then we say, bring us your best offer. The likelihood of them being at that minimum of 800 is
Okay.
very high.
So you don't think we're gonna get 825 for it?
If we start at 825, I don't think you get 825. I think you're gonna be closer to 70 or below. Because you're gonna be on the market for 105 days and then you're gonna be desperate. Because you no longer wanna carry two mortgages. You're gonna slash your price. And then you're finally at the first.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
then they've seen how much time you've been on the market. They're gonna be offered as much.
That's a good point. Well, we don't want to negotiate if we go to 799. We don't want to go lower than that.
That's fair.
Well, you're confident that we can sell it for that?
Based on the current competition and the market value, I think that's a good possibility that you get an offer at full price.
Okay, let's do that then.
So now he's agreed on pricing. So I'm gonna go back and ask that question again that I've asked already twice. So Jake, it sounds to me like we've come up with a really good price on your home.
Yeah.
799, I think is gonna put you in the right position to market and stand above the other homes, especially with the added features of being on the right side of the street and that fantastic volleyball court. So are you ready to put me to work?
Do you want me to give it to you now or do you want me to postpone a little bit longer?
Give me what? Oh,
That's
yeah.
gonna be quick.
I'm like, what are you giving me?
Are you ready to be done?
Yes, I.
Okay.
We have.
Yes, we will sign.
So now I put the tab that I brought in my presentation, which is the paperwork. He's already done the heavy lifting, which is, guess what? The seller's disclosures. So I just say thank you for that. I'm gonna put these at the back of my list. They're at the back of my stack. I pre-filled most of this out because I'm confident and I know I'm gonna get this listing because I've done the pre-approval conversation, the pre-qualification. I've done the marketing research prior to this appointment. We've built enough of a report that everything's filled out. So it's easy for me to just flip the book around and hand him his pen back and say, okay, now I have two options for you. I can give you the Cliff Notes version, or I can read this word for you, word for word with you, and I'm fine with either option. Cliff Notes version. Then I just go over every paragraph and give them a little snippet of what they're signing. And I say, the most important thing for me, for you, is for you to understand what you're signing. And you're never gonna have a piece of paper or a document or an addendum that has not been discussed, so you are always gonna know what you're signing.
We appreciate that.
So now he signs all of the paperwork. And I say, great, I've already talked to my photographer and he can be here tomorrow at this time or Friday at this time, which works better for you. Your house is pristine. You guys cleaned before I came, so thank you for that.
You're on the ball. What'd you say, tomorrow or when?
Yep, tomorrow or Friday.
Friday.
Friday, okay. So this is his phone number. I'm gonna be there with him. So I'm not just sending a stranger over.
Okay.
I will ask you guys to just step out after he does the front photos so that he can do his job very quickly. And that way we won't have to worry about someone sneaking in front of the picture and then we'll have to take several more shots.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and then as soon as the photographer's done, I will put the sign in the yard and the photos will be back in about 24 hours. And then we'll be ready to hit the market. Do you have any questions before?
Now, when will we expect our first showing?
Well, we gotta get it on the market first.
Okay,
So the first showing will happen after we get it on the market.
okay, and how about open house, stuff like that?
Great question. So open houses, when you go to open houses, what are you looking for?
Mostly I'm just curious what's going on in the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood?
Yeah.
So if we make an announcement to the neighborhood that your house is going to be off market, because you're on the right side of the street.
Yes, we are.
Do you think you're gonna get potential people that are looking to buy, or do you think your neighbor's gonna be the ones coming through your house?
Well, some of our neighbors might wanna move from the wrong side of the street to the right side.
That's good.
Yeah.
So what if I call them instead and let them know that your house is on the market?
Oh, you'll
And
do that?
then I will.
Oh, okay,
And then if they actually have interest in buying your home, we'll make an appointment to get them to come through.
I'll love that.
That way you don't have just a bunch of traffic coming through your house
Okay,
for your wife to have to sweep them up here.
she'd appreciate that.
I bet she would.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Now, if you have a different policy about open houses, that's very different. I don't generally do that very often, so that's my script for open houses. Any questions before, we're at Smith's today, according to my recorder. Yay, for us.
So Rebecca, going back, you had the parenthetical conversation about your raffles,
Oh, yeah,
but when he signed, we didn't talk about that.
true. So when we go over the paperwork and when he hires me. So when I'm doing the explanations, I'm like, and this is what I get paid. This is what I will get paid if a buyer comes through that doesn't have an agent, and this is what we will offer to an agent that brings a buyer. Generally, at that point, I don't have any feedback. Usually just sign at that point, because I've already shown them that I know the market, I know their neighborhood, I know the house, and get them what they need in the time that they need it. But let's say that you now throw Mellow under the bus. So we.
Yeah, I got another agent that will do it for like half of that.
For half? Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. You know what scares me about that?
What?
That tells me that they're already willing to negotiate and give away their money.
Hmm.
What happens when you get an offer that's under that $7.99 that you said you wouldn't go below? Do you think they're gonna hold strong to that, or do you think that they're gonna suggest
What if
that
they're
they drop
just
it?
less money like out of the gate? Like they don't think they're giving away half, they just feel like they can do what they're doing for less money.
I'd love to see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good, Rebecca, that's cool.
Any other questions?
No, we like what you're doing.
Okay, see, easy, nice and easy. Yeah, so that's if a question comes up. If I can't get them to see my value, I do say, so what have I gone over or didn't I go over today that would let you know that I thought your best interest?
Well, so it sounds, do you want me to go one more time?